Dealing with a narcissist is a bit like being on some sick, twisted, topsy-turvy, dangerous, psychological thriller roller coaster that you can't get off of. But the thing is, you can get off the ride, and you must get off the ride, because nothing good is going to come from this roller coaster. So what I want to discuss today is that narcissists show you who they are from Jump Street, okay? The signs are there from day one. It's just that sometimes people are they're wanting so badly to be in a relationship that they completely overlook these sinister red flags. So, and oftentimes I notice, like with the men who have dealt with female narcissists, it seems like the female narc is often extremely good looking, possibly out of their league, and so they get kind of mesmerized by the female's looks, and oh my god, because she's so attractive that they're willing to put up with all of the other nonsense. We got to get past that. So in this way, she is able to leverage her looks to take advantage and completely step all over you, because she knows that maybe looks-wise, she may be out of your league. I'm just saying, okay? Let's call a spade. And what happens is a lot of people become a sucker because they are, they're just like, what's the word? Just entrenched with the person's physicality. So we should be looking more for brains and not beauty. Although beauty is nice, it fades. So when everything starts going downhill, you better have some smarts to go with it. But yeah, so I wanted to just mention something that the narcissist said to me. He was telling me a story about, I don't know if it was a boss, some kind of coworker. I don't know if it was his boss or what, but somebody at work. He said something about mentioning an idea to this person, and he would give the person his idea for how something should be done, and he said that, like, he would then almost like convince the person that it was their idea, and then they would use it, and he would let them take the credit for his own idea. And at the time I was thinking, oh, that's kind of clever, I was like, oh, that's kind of smart, like, meaning he would mention the idea, he would get the person to use the idea, he would let the person take credit for the idea, so as if it was their idea. Meanwhile, he's getting what he wants. He's getting the boss to use his idea, and in like a kind of a sneaky, covert way. And this sums up the narcissist perfectly. See, they plant seeds to be used for later. That's why you see them. They'll make some random comment about somebody to get somebody else mad. Like, they'll tell someone that this person said this about them when they didn't really say it. That way those two will go at it, and they'll pit them two against each other, and then they'll sit back and watch the show. This is what narcissists do. I realize a lot of these stories I'm telling you might seem minute, but they're not minute at all. Every single thing the narcissist tells you is telling you who they are. They are showing you they're sneaky, they're underhanded, They want to get what they want. They want everything to be about them. It has to be their idea. So they'll plant the seed in someone else's mind, get the ball rolling, and then they can sit back and be like, ha ha ha, I got them to use my idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're very sneaky and underhanded in everything they do. And I realize this just seems like some minute thing. But imagine someone's telling you this and you really don't know. This is in initial stages of getting to know someone. They're telling you all these random stories and you're just like, okay, you're listening, you're taking it in. But you're not really processing, why did they tell me that story? What is this? I don't know if he was trying to impress me, like, oh, I get my way, or what. I don't know, They're so sneaky. Half the time these stories have multiple meanings, sometimes they throw stuff out, almost like as like a tester. They're trying to see how gullible you are. Do you believe the story? Do you not believe the story? They're listening to your input, seeing how you're reacting. If they're flat out lying, they're trying to see how, did she catch on to that I'm lying? They're so sneaky, it's unbelievable. So this is just a minor example of the way they work, and they are sneaky, and they try to infiltrate people's minds. It's like a virus. They infiltrate people's minds and then take over, and then try to destroy these people, in the interpersonal, like, girlfriend, boyfriend type situation. Well, and at work as well. They're just destroyers. They're like wrecking balls. So then that's a small story, but then obviously once you understand narcissism, you start realizing how out of hand and out of control these things get. So they plant seeds to be used for later. They like to get their way. They like to be in control. So in that way, he was able to manipulate the boss into using his own ideas, under the guise of that the boss could take credit and he could look like the winner. Meanwhile, the narcissist got what he wanted, and he was the one that actually won. You get where I'm going with this? They're very sneaky. So, oftentimes I tell these little stories, and you're probably thinking, oh, that doesn't mean anything. That's no big deal. Oh, yeah, it's a big deal because when you get fully entrenched with them and you're getting abused and you're thinking, maybe I should have picked up on that red flag, that's why I'm pointing these things out. I'm hoping it can help someone, but I realize it's hard to help anyone because most people don't get to these videos until it's way, way, way too late and the abuse they're already fully entrenched in the abuse. So, and you don't know. You don't even know what you're dealing with. You're in some sick psychological mind game thriller, and you're getting sucked into a vortex that you don't, like a what's that thing that twists? A tornado. Like a tornado. You're like getting sucked into that thing until you're like flown out of that thing, like, 2 miles down the road and hit your head and you're all beat up and damaged and banged up and screwed up. That's when you realize what just happened to you. So it's like too late. But anyway, I just wanted to point these things out. These people give themselves away from Jump Street. You really got to pay attention. But at the very least, maybe some of the things I'm saying can be used for later, for running into more narcissists in the future, which we already know we all are going to be because the whole population is turning into narcissists. So I'm hoping at the very least these tips can maybe help somebody. So, yeah, narcissists show you who they are from the very beginning. Pay close attention to who is around you and your surroundings and everything that is going on, whether it be at work, a religious organization, if you are into that sort of thing, home, work, school, wherever you go, you have to be on guard